What's up today? I want to talk to you about why I'm officially stopping watching pornography and more broadly, how any and all forms of easy access dopamine, porn, doom scrolling, drugs, alcohol, how they can wreak havoc on your life when you're working on being organized, disciplined, and responsible. All right. Yay! I love doing this podcast, man. Oh, it's so great. It's so awesome. I have two coasters. I got two drinks. I got a water. I got a coffee. Let's do it. What's up, everybody? How you doing out there in the wonderful world, the wild, wild west, or over in the east? It's your boy, Braxton Gilbert. This is Let's Keep Talking, and this is episode 42. 42. Man, if this is your first time checking out the show, welcome. What's up? Nice to meet you. If this is not your first time checking out the show, what's going on? Welcome back. I'm so glad that you're joining me yet again for another episode. If you've been traveling along with me on this workaholic discovery train, then this has been quite of a mini series in a way for a few weeks now. That is beginning to broaden. I'm beginning to broaden the conversation now to some of the insights that I've learned and how that's applying to my life in other areas. Specifically, last week I talked about being driven by freedom and pride versus the aggression and the lust that pushed me for so long. And that's super awesome. I finished the episode by saying, I believe discipline and responsibility are really the missing links in me having the life that I want. And so today I want to continue that conversation about discipline. I've been working so hard to develop discipline, and I've run into some roadblocks along the way, and I've learned some lessons, and I want to share those with you. So let's hop into it. Episode 42. I have been working really, really hard in my life to get my act together, to be driven by things that are good for me, and overall develop discipline so that I can delay gratification and enjoy the benefits of long-term hard work towards a better future. I am excited about my life again and am so happy to be sharing this path with you. What's up? Thanks so much for tuning into this episode. Let's hop into it, baby. Title of today's episode, Easy Dopamine. Easy dopamine. I'm going to underline that. Easy dopamine and its destructive effect on discipline. If you are like me, where you're in an area of your life where you've noticed that your ability to be disciplined, even more broadly, responsibility, organization, staying on task, staying grounded, that is a chink in your armor, then this is a great episode for you. And if not, if you haven't been thinking about it and you're just curious about easy dopamine and what you mean, man, what you mean, how you mean, that can wreak disruption. That can wreak destruction on my life. Well, we're going to talk about it today. Today, I want to talk to you about why I'm officially stopping watching pornography and more broadly about any and all forms of easy access dopamine and how those can wreak havoc in your life when it comes to trying to stay disciplined, organized, and responsible. Before we begin this conversation, let's give some context on what dopamine is. Dopamine is essentially a habit-forming chemical in the brain. It reminds you to go back and get something that you enjoyed or was good for you. So dopamine is a little reward found in nature you get for doing something that's good for you. It's like when you have sex or when you eat food or you rest or you exercise, you get a little dopamine, man. When you do some chores around the house, when you cook a great meal, when you find a new breakfast spot, dopamine is essentially the thing that reminds you to go back there. If you found a new breakfast spot and you loved it, your brain would release dopamine as sort of a reminder to come back here. So in other words, this is what you need to know about dopamine for this conversation. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that essentially communicates to your brain the goods, the good stuff, baby, can be found here. The good stuff can be found here, so that your brain remembers to come back for whatever it is. How I think the easiest way to understand dopamine, like the best analogy that I can come up with, is like an Easter egg hunt. Think of it like this. Think of dopamine like this. Dopamine is like an Easter egg. Running around, climbing up trees, looking in bushes are all difficult, challenging things to do. They require effort. And if you went out looking for candy-filled or money-filled, maybe candy's not motivating you anymore, baby, neither does it motivate me. If you went out and found money-filled eggs, if you went out there to find some money-filled, candy-filled eggs and you didn't find anything, you would stop pretty quickly. Okay, this is dopamine. You would stop pretty quickly and the game would be over. But if you found one egg after a little searching, you would feel excitement to keep looking. And then finding another would still make you want to keep playing the game. Essentially, the eggs are a reward for playing the game, for participating in the hunt. They keep you engaged and interested in playing. So, this is how your brain works for dopamine. There are things that are beneficial for you to do. Eating, sex, exercise, yoga, what have you. So your brain hides a little candy on the other side of you getting those things done. You do the task, you complete the mission, and you get the egg, baby. That's how it works. So dopamine is essentially the reminder that there is something good to be found here. And the way evolution has set up our brain to work is when you do things that are good for your vitality, when you exercise, when you have sex, when you have a community with someone, when you feel connected, when you enjoy something, when something's refreshing or restorative, when something's good for your body, for your mental, for your spiritual, when something is good, your mind remembers it through dopamine. That's what happens. Your mind remembers it through dopamine. Here's the conversation, though, today. With technological advances, with the way things are changing, man, we have gotten to a place where we can get dopamine with like little to no effort, little to no action. Cocaine is effortless Easter. It's a Easter egg hunt without the hunt. Let me get some Easter eggs, baby. Hey, how much for a gram of those Easter eggs? How much for those Easter eggs? Social media. Social media is effortless Easter. Porn is effortless Easter. The harmful effects of dopamine being given to you without the work is that you train your brain. That is naturally driven to find dopamine. Your brain is naturally driven to find dopamine. You train it to say, hey, the dopamine is, in this bag. We got the dopamine in this bag right here, in this little cellophane baggie. We got the dopamine in this plastic bag. The dopamine is in this screen. The dopamine is in the app. As you access no effort dopamine, you're training your brain to find the thing that it has used for millions of years to get shit done, to GSD. You're training your brain to find the thing that has pushed your ancestors for millions of years to get shit done, to take care of their family, to build things, to develop things, to find things, to hunt things, to win things, to get things. You're training your brain that chemical can be found not in the real world, not in negotiating with nature to create a better standing for yourself and for your life, not negotiating with your partner for more sex, not negotiating with your job for more pay, not working with that project to get better. No, you're training your brain to say, dude, that dopamine can be found in the screen or in this app or in this drug or in this bottle. And in supernatural amounts too. So here's the question. What happens to your motivation? What happens to your motivation when all of the reward that is naturally set up in the chase to get things done can be achieved without any of the chase to get things done? What happens to the motivation? It go bye-bye. Okay? It goes bye-bye. No more motivation. If you're able to achieve dopamine without the work, there's no logical reason to go out there and work. If you're able to achieve dopamine without the work, there is no logical reason for your brain to get up there and work. This is what I'm learning so much about my behaviors, is that some of these things are tapping into some supernatural dopamine sources and therefore killing my ability to stay on track towards the things in my life that mean something, man. If you were able to get Easter eggs without any searching outside in the heat, you probably would. You'd probably just sit down and eat those fucking eggs, baby. You probably would. If you're able to get Easter eggs without any search outside in the heat. I really want that to make sense. I want that analogy to make sense. If you were able to get Easter eggs without any searching outside in the heat, the little treat that is lined up to keep you engaged in the hunt. Here's the thing you learn if you did a Buddhist Easter egg hunt, which I don't know where that, we're celebrating the return of Jesus after being dead for 3 days, but for Buddhists. Welcome to Buddhist Easter, baby. If you did a Buddhist Easter, halfway through the Easter, you would have the shamanic epiphany, baby. You'd say, boom, holy shit, wait, what? These Easter eggs, the point of this game is not to get the Easter eggs. The Easter eggs are here to reinforce the point of the game, that is to continue playing the game. The point of these eggs is to reward you for engaging with the game. Not so that you could get the egg, it's so that you continue to play the game. It's a negotiation with nature. Nature says, if you continue moving the needle forward, if you continue creating, working, developing, doing, if you continue loving and sharing and connecting, we will give you an Easter egg. The point, though, is not an egg. The point is the work to be done. It's kind of like a boss negotiates with an employee saying, I'll pay you to do the work. That boss wants the work done, and you do it for the egg. But in the reality, the whole point of it is to get the work done. The whole point of the Easter egg hunt is to hunt Easter eggs. So think about that, though, for a second. If you were able to get all the eggs without the hunt, man, you'd do it. You would do it. Dopamine is a useful checkpoint for the next step in your life. It's a useful checkpoint. If you ever play video games, and if you haven't, just listen to it. I'll explain it. If you ever play video games, there's always like a little dot on the screen that says like 400 yards or something. That's away. You're that far away from the next mission, the next thing. So you just kind of focus on that point, that checkpoint. And as you get closer, it says 300 yards, 200 yards, 100 yards, 50 yards. Boom, here, click X, and then you start it. So dopamine it's like a great checkpoint guide to move you along to the next step in your life and to build upon the last action. So let me ask you this. Do you have an idea of what you want your life to look like? Do you have an idea of what you want your life to look like? And are you getting hits from dopamine from the progress towards your desired life? This is where the rubber meets the pavement, man. Let me highlight that real quick. Let me highlight that real quick, baby, because you need to know it. You need to hear that. Do you have an idea what your life look like? Listen, Linda. Let me tell you something. How do we use dopamine? Do you have an idea of what your life should look like? Do you have an idea of what you'd like it to look like? Financially, spiritually, relationally, occupationally, time-wise spent. Do you have an idea? Listen to me, man. Do you have an idea of what your life could look like? Are you getting your hits from dopamine? Are you getting your hits of dopamine, rather, from the progress towards that desired life? That's the question. That's the question today, my friends and family. Are you getting your dopamine hits from the progress that you're making to the desired life? Or are you hacking the system? Or are you being hacked by the system? Are you being hacked by the system and getting dope hits from super stimulus technology that's not tied to your life? It's tied to a screen. It's tied to a bag. It's tied to a app. Are you getting your dope hits from super stimulus technology that is not tied to your life, but only tied to what? To creating you into a bigger consumer, a bigger addict. Listen, Dopamine is the, listen, baby. Dopamine is the habit-forming chemical. It is the thing that happens naturally in your brain when you get shit done that is good for you and it rewards you. What have we been rewarded for in evolution for millions of years? Having sex, finding shelter, cooling off, drinking water, staying healthy, fucking, okay? Sorry. Having sex, doing stuff, moving to higher ground. You know, your body gets endorphins. Your body feels good. You're moving, man. And then dopamine kicks in and says, keep that shit up, baby. You need to keep that shit up, okay? Because that's good for us. What we've been able to do, though, is we've been able to strip the sugar, strip the good stuff out of that, strip the feel good out of the behaviors. And now technology has allowed us to get that shit without anything going on. Here's the thought. Dopamine is a behavior modifying chemical. It's a habit forming drug. And these big tech companies, these big apps, these technology advancements feed off of your engagement. Can I get a hello from screen time, baby? What's your screen time? How much time you spending in the app? How much time you spending on internet pornography? This guy. How much time you spending reaching out to your dealer or hitting the bottle? How much time are you spending getting dopamine from something that's making somebody else rich and making you a consumer, or even worse, an addict? Where are you getting your dopamine from? And if technology companies, if Facebook has been able to rig the app to make it to be the highest when it comes to acting on your dopaminergic pathways in your brain, don't you think they will? They have behavioral scientists. They have people working night and day getting paid millions of dollars to keep you engaged. To keep you engaged in it, man. Are you getting hacked by the system and getting dope hits from technology that's not tied to your life, but only tied to creating you into a bigger consumer and a bigger addict? Porn, doom scrolling, drugs, and alcohol. This is where porn comes in for me. Let's touch the boots on the ground, man. Let's make this real, baby. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Let's make this episode real, why don't we? Let's talk about it. Where the porn comes in for me. Why I have stopped watching pornography completely. Week 1. Week 1. It's dopamine dump. Listen. It's dopamine dump is a super stimulus and pretty much makes the rest of my day's activities less interesting. Almost not non-interested, okay? Not interested, baby. A porn watching session, and you can insert in here anything, whatever it is for you. So for me, it's pornography. For me, it's hitting the screen, man. For me, it's the sex antics. For you, it might be doom scrolling. For you, it might be hitting the bottle, reaching out to the dealer, whatever it is, okay? But the dopamine dump, the super stimulus, pretty much makes the rest of my day's activities less interesting. A porn watching session gives my brain more dopamine than anything else I can do that day. A porn watching session gives your brain more than anything else, more dopamine. If you hop on internet pornography, man, and you're clicking through all these sites and all these videos, I mean, this is like the HD 4K surround sound VR unlimited Pandora's box of sexually erotic stimulating material, my baby. And that right there has never been found by our forefathers, okay? You hit the jackpot, baby. Your brain thinks you won the lottery, the sexual lottery. The sexual lottery. And nothing you can do, nothing I can do. This is the kicker. Nothing I can do in a natural day, in a sunrise to sunset, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, conversations, phone calls, text messages, emails, driving to work, driving back. Nothing I can do in an actual natural day is going to work as well and give me a reward like porn will. So in comparison, I'm not motivated to do them. That is why I have officially stopped watching pornography. And let me tell you, it ain't been easy. It has not been easy. Instead, I am taking my dope craving self back into nature and getting much smaller hits, but from things that are tied to actual results in my life. Things that are tied to actual results in my life. That is where I'm looking for the dope, baby. That's where I'm going for the dope now. It's because I want to get I'm realizing, man, that I want to get my hits of dope from the things that are actually moving me forward to the life that I want. Not endless Pandora's box of entertainment, social media, sexuality, pornography, and the bag or the drink, baby. I'm taking my dope craving self back into nature and getting much smaller hits, but from things that are tied to actual results in my life. If you don't hear anything else in this episode, hear that. Tie yourself to those things that actually get results. This hasn't been easy. I'm going to tell you right now, man. I'm going to tell you right now. This has not been easy. It has not been easy. Porn is an addiction for me. It is an addiction. Sex antics, browsing online, checking it out, what's available, man, what's happening. That is an addiction for me, dude. It gives me a rush, the ability to know that you can do anything with anybody. If you wanted to pay for it, you can pull up it online, you can watch it, you can see it. It's unlimited, baby. Unlimited, and that is an addiction. But with this new light, with my new understanding of dopamine, Dr. Trish online on YouTube, Dr. Trish with pornography has a lot of great courses and a lot of great videos about understanding addictive behavior, no matter what the source is. And most of her videos are about pornography, but it's the same regardless. Equipped with this new understanding and new awareness of my behavior patterns, I've realized that, dude, I got to stop. If I want to be able to move the ball forward in my life on things that matter to me long term, I need to be driven by the dopamine that is embedded in those actions, not in the super stimulus that I get from the screen. So you might think, well, Brax, I'm in the same boat. Whether it, let's say it's pornography, what have you. I'm in the same boat. How are you dealing with those urges? How am I dealing with the urges to engage in porn and insert whatever it is? Here is the two ways. Here's the two ways. Number one, this has been really helpful for me with pornography, and social media would be great with this too. Number one, am I actually horny? Okay, am I actually horny and interested in what I'm doing, or am I just bored? Or do I just need that fix? There's a place in your body that you feel horny. It's below the belt, baby. You feel horny below the belt. And you feel cravings between your ears, okay? In your chest. Where are you feeling it? That has been huge because I don't believe at all, dude, sexual repression is not good. You need to express your sexuality, my baby. You need to be sexual. Once you start going through puberty, you're a sex baby. You having sex now. You need to be very much, healthy with your sexuality. So you don't want to say, oh, you shouldn't, masturbate. You shouldn't, it's not even that you shouldn't necessarily watch porn. That's just for me. Sex is great, yo. Sex is great. But here's the question. Here's the question when it comes to internet pornography addiction for this guy. Here's the question. Are you actually horny? Are you actually turned on right now? Do you actually want sex right now? Or do you just want that fix? You just want that kick? Or are you just bored? That has answered almost every time. It's like, yeah, I just want that kick. I just want that entertainment. I just want to be entertained. I'm just bored. That's number one. Number two, here is probably the only way that I've been able to get through this, man. Only way. And the only way I've been able to, with seriousness, say, I'm doing this thing. I'm doing this thing. I am doing this thing. The only reason I can be able to say that is the second thing. Number two, remembering, how do I stand up to these urges? Remember that if I get the dopamine from the porn, from the app, from the drug, if I get the dopamine from that, I will big N-O-T, I will not get it from doing the other things. All bold letters, this is huge. All bold letters, underline, highlight. This is huge, man. If I get the dopamine from that, dude, you can watch porn if you want to. You can hit the bag if you want to, man. Call your dealer, grab a bottle, open up the porn, open up the app, and doom scroll for hours. But here's the thing, man. If you get your dopamine from these technologies, these developments, these resources, you're not going to be motivated to get them from other sources, other things that are attached to your life that are driving the results in your life. Life hack. Choose where you're willing to get your dopamine and where you are not. Choose where you're willing to get your dopamine and where you're not. This sets up the course. You can still have dopamine. That craving in my brain for pornography is a dopamine craving. I need that dopamine, man. That mood regulating, mind numbing, blissful feeling of dopamine surge. You can still have that, but you might have to train yourself to involve effort in the achievement of dopamine. You might have to. That's where I'm at. I got a tip for you for withdrawals. If you say, hey, Brax, this is nice, I want to work on this. Here's how I deal with withdrawals. I got one tip for you with the withdrawal. Don't fix it with the thing that's causing it. If you have an intense craving for dopamine in your brain because you regularly watch internet pornography when you get off work, don't fix it with that. Look, man, I'm with you, dude. I know this is hard. I know this is challenging. I know there's nothing you want right now than to hop back into your routine of watching porn and beating off and being stimulated and being entertained with endless scrolling. And I know that. I know that those things feel good. I know it's awesome. But here's the thing. You feel that urge. You feel that addiction. You feel that addiction, the fact that you have to go do this shit right now. You don't even want to. That's the thing with me. I don't even want to do it. I feel like I have to. My brain is craving. I'm getting a headache. I need to do this thing. Here's the thing. Don't fix it. Don't fix the craving with the thing that gave you the craving. And we're talking about dopamine here, ladies and gentlemen. We're not talking about sex. We're not talking about not having sex. We're not talking about not doing whatever sexually. I'm just saying, hop it into the screen porn-wise, it's a super stimulant. It's going to create a dopamine flood in your brain that then you'll regulate to and you'll need regularly. And then that's an addiction. Welcome to addiction. So here's what I'm doing instead. A couple of things I'm doing instead. I'm working on giving my brain great dopamine drips from other activities. I'm forcefully giving myself things to do every day that are difficult, but I know there's dopamine at the other end of it. So that I'm kind of trying to regulate my mind on my own so I don't need these behaviors of dopamine. I'm developing discipline to get dope from the things that align with my life direction. Here's the 4 things that I'm doing primarily right now. I've been doing this for about a month now, and these have been awesome. These have been really great. They're not only are they helping me with my cravings, but they're also helping me with developing a routine, which has been awesome. First thing, work out first thing in the morning and do exercises that I don't enjoy. So I've always worked out. I've always lifted weights. It's always been bench press, deadlift, squats, rows, build a muscle kind of stuff, but never stuff like the rower and the running and the box jumps and the abs and planks and all that kind of stuff. So I'm doing work in the morning that I don't enjoy. I'm hopping out first thing in the morning. I'm getting that discipline engaged, man. And I'm saying, we're doing this workout. We're going to do this workout and we're not going to like it. We're going to push ourselves. I'm here not for the flex in the mirror. I'm here for the dopamine, baby. I'm here for the dopamine. This is a stick up. Give me your dopamine. I'm here for the endorphins. I'm here for the feel good. I'm here for the pride. Right after the workout, here's what I've been doing for 4 weeks now. Right after the workout, I'm hopping into an ice bath. Ice bath, baby. I just got the big tub in the backyard so I can do it in the backyard, submerged to the neck. Ice bath right after the workout, 5 to 8 minutes or so. And that's difficult. My mom asked me one day, she said, hey, yo, why are you doing those ice baths? Why are you doing the ice bath? Is it for your pain? Is it knees? Whatever. I said, discipline. Discipline. And I got in the ice bath. This is discipline, lady. This is discipline, mamacita. This is because I don't want to get in it. This is because I don't want to get in it. I'm training. I'm realizing I need that executive control network function. I need my brain to be able to fire. I need to be able to say, we're doing this thing. If I'm going to have the results of my life that I want, it's going to be because I'm able to say, look, we're doing it. We are doing this. I know we don't want to, but we're doing it. Other 2 things I'm doing is using coffee twice a day. I used to drink it all day, drink coffee all day long, not strategically. Now I'm using coffee strategically because I'm working on stimulants and overall dopamine release in my brain, trying to lower that. I guess kind of like blood sugar. I'm trying to lower the dopamine levels. Like if you're trying to lower your blood sugar and being monitoring of when you raise your blood sugar through the consumption of high glucose food, I'm being careful of what I'm doing all day. Not scrolling on Instagram, not scrolling on social media, not going down YouTube rabbit holes, not using coffee all day is a way to stay up. I use coffee to work, and that's twice a day, morning and afternoon. I work in the morning, take a lunch break, work in the afternoon. Last thing, working less. It's been great. You know me, baby. You know me, baby. I use that work. I use that work like a pipe, baby. I get that hit. You know what I'm saying? I hit that hit, baby, and I get the rush. And then it's don't talk to me till next Thursday. I'm running, baby. I love it. But what I've been doing is I've been working less. I shut it off, at nighttime. I shut it off. I get done, and I'm done. And at nighttime, I smoke a little weed. I hang out, watch some TV with my girlfriend, my baby. We cook some food, and I enjoy the time together, and I don't be thinking about work. And I do that so that when I do show up to work the next day, it's grind city, baby. It's sit down, you know what I'm saying? You hit the workout, you hit the ice bath, breakfast, vitamin shake, everything. And then now, boom, I'm sitting my butt down in the chair and I'm getting to work. And I got that coffee kicking me into gear. I got a little dopamine, so I'm feeling good. But I'm working, man. And I'm crossing the list off. I'm getting shit done. And those things have been really helpful. Those things have been really, really helpful. And I'm in the process, man. I'm in the trenches. This episode 42, is live action from the real life of a guy that's just wanted to watch porn all morning. That's just wanted to watch porn all morning this morning, Doing this podcast is helpful, man, because I know I'm coming here to talk to you. I'm coming here to share with you what I'm learning, and I want to be a man who's working on it and doing his best to live it, and I can proudly say I'm living it right now. I can proudly say that. What's motivating me to do this? Man, is this is about freedom. Real freedom. This is about real freedom. The freedom to do what you want and not do what you don't want. Like I said in the last episode about the old driving force, I used to be driven by freedom of obligation. I used to be driven by the freedom to do whatever the fuck I want. I used to be driven by that. But now as I work on this, when I've started to ask myself this question, maybe freedom is the actual ability to not do what you really don't want to do. Am I free? I do whatever the fuck I want. That's what I've used for so long. That has been the thing that has entangled me in sex antics and internet pornography addiction, is because I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. I'm a free man. You can't tell me shit. But I'm trying to realize there are real limitations in the life we live. You can't have it all, man. You got to decide where you want to put your energy. What do you want to grow? What seeds you want to plant? What fruits do you want to grow? And that freedom has started to look like, as a man now, it says, one is a freedom to do whatever I want. Freedom of care, freedom of obligation, freedom of responsibilities. What I'm starting to think now, though, man, is maybe freedom is freedom to be able to choose what I do, which also includes being able to be free from the addiction. If maybe freedom is the freedom to not do what I don't want to do. And that's hard for me. That's where I'm going. Yo, Brax, you ain't free, bro. That's what I've been realizing the last few months. You ain't free, homie. You might be free in terms of, financially. You're, a little more free than most people. You might be free in terms of your time. You're a lot more free than most people in terms of your time. But in terms of the way you spend that free time, right? How I spend my free time. I'm free in my time, but the way I spend my free time, do I have freedom over that? And I'm starting to realize, I have realized I haven't had freedom in that. And that's why I'm working so hard. That's why I'm doing the workouts, the ice bath, not watching the porn. I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. And here's a little inspiration, man. Here's a little inspiration for you if you're on this journey. You're thinking about, picking up the new good habit or what have you. How have I been feeling? Man? And then we'll bring this thing down. We'll close this thing. How have I been feeling? Proper. I've been feeling proper. To be honest, this shit is fucking hard. It's fucking hard. I have hated my life some days because all I want to do is go get that hit. I've hated the time that's passing because all I want to do is go get that fucking hit, man. I've even said that a couple of times. I've even said that under my breath. God, I fucking hate my life right now. I fucking hate this because my brain hates it, dude. I need that hit, man. I need that hit. But, you know, I'm feeling so much more engaged in my life and motivated to overcome the specific challenges that exist in my life, my work, my home. So sometimes when those urges are strong and the only thing I want to do is the thing that's going to dismantle my progress, I hate it. I hate the conundrum of life that I'm in. I hate the fact that I'm there with my honey. I'm feeling all right, and all I want to do is fuck it up. All I want to do is fuck it up, man, and go back to it and say, Hakuna Matata, baby. It means no worries for the rest of your day. Do whatever the fuck you want to do, baby. Let's go. That shit kicks in, and I hate that shit. I hate it because now I'm trying to be the man who's free of that, not freedom to pursue desires, but free of your desires. That's some Buddhism stuff. Freedom of, not the freedom to pursue addictions, but the freedom from addictions. But I'm telling you, I'm feeling Saturday, I had the greatest day. I've never had a longer, richer day in my life than Saturday because Lauren was at work. So I had the whole day by myself. I got up at 7:30 or so. It's a weekend, so there wasn't a workout and ice bath. That's just on weekdays. So I'm not only feeling good for the fact I'm getting a little rest from the difficulty, but I'm also committed. I'm not doing the porn. I'm not doom scrolling. I'm not watching a rabbit hole on YouTube. And man, I did laundry. I sat outside. I stretched. I read a book twice. I just felt great all day, man. I did things around the house. I did a project here at the gym that needed to be knocked out. I worked for a couple hours. I took a walk. Saturday. I took a walk, man. I took a walk and thought through a work problem. I moved the needle forward on some projects for work that need to be done. I got things done, man. And damn, it's feeling good. Sunday, I got up, knocked out 2 hours of work, and then took my girl to New Orleans. Man. I took her on a day date. Went to the city, enjoyed ourselves, ate lunch. Man, we had a great time. And I felt the reward of what I've been working on. I felt the reward. It's like, yo, dude, hey. You know what that dopamine's at? Taking that honey, getting in the car and driving it to New Orleans, watching her smile. I got to New Orleans. I said, baby, whatever you want today, I'll buy it. Whatever you want today, I'll buy it. Let's go to the store. Let's find you something you like. Let's find you some clothes. Whatever you want, baby, it's on me. I'll buy it. You know what you want? What store you want to hit? And because I wanted to show her the love. I felt desire. I felt, love. I felt interest. And, that's a nice mood regulation returning from the porn stuff, from the natural arousal and natural desire being all out of whack from the dopamine stuff. So I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. Again, motivated to overcome the specific personal challenges that I'm facing in my work and home because that's where the dopamine is, man. That's where the dopamine is. The good kind. The natural kind. That doesn't flood and dump. It lifts and connects my brain to activities that are difficult but are beneficial. The rush that I've missed from dopamine-driven immediate activities is now being replaced with a sense of pride for my life and routine, and that fucking rocks, man. That fucking rocks. Dopamine is the thing that gets you to do the actions that move you closer to the life you want. And here's the thing, guys. We're closing this thing up. Here's the thing. If you're already doped up, there's no logical reason to go out to the real world and negotiate with reality for a better hand. So you've got all this dopamine from these easy dopamine sources with none of the improvement, none of the real life changes, development, improvement. And then you feel bad because the situation, nothing in your life has changed. And to medicate that feel bad, you use easy access dopamine. That is trapped. That is trapped, man. That's trapped. You don't have to be trapped. As a good friend of mine, Gage, my buddy Gage Morgan, shout out, buddy, love you, said as we discussed me overcoming internet pornography addiction, he said to me, there's always hope. There's always hope. You don't have to be trapped on that. you can begin to decide where you want to get your dopamine from. And you don't have to change it overnight, man. You don't have to do it all today. But maybe, decide one thing you're going to start doing to get some dopamine from, something that is linked. You have to say, what kind of life do I want? What would those actions be? And then can I do that and get the dopamine from that action? I promise you can. I promise you can. Make that sale. Make that business relationship. Develop that thing in your work. Do that workout. Do those push-ups. Do something challenging. Drink a protein shake. Eat some breakfast. Make a healthy lunch. What's something you can do every day? Like for me, it hasn't been a lot. It's just been working out, ice bath, morning, boom. That's how I'm starting my day with something that's difficult, challenging, give myself some dopamine. You can do it too. You can do it too. So I want to finish with what my buddy Gage said the other day. There is always hope. There's always hope. You've got this. I believe in you. Don't lose sight of the future you want so badly with your family, with your work. Don't lose sight of that in exchange for a urge, a demon that you have fought for years. Don't lose sight of the future you could have. You can do this. You can do this. I love you so much. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. It is truly some soul work to be sitting down here with you and doing this with you, to be talking about this, to be sharing this. I hope from the bottom of my heart that this episode has been helpful. I hope it's been helpful. I hope it's been beneficial. If it has, then the work here has been done. The work's been done. Look, shoot me a message. Hop up on Instagram. Holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Tell me if you like the episode. Tell me what you think. Tell me how it's helping you. Tell me what you want to hear about. Ask me questions, man. I'd love to engage with the audience. I love that you guys are listening to this. It means the world to me. It's so fucking cool. It's so fucking cool. Holla at me. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what's good. And until next time, I love you very much and good luck with your journey. I'll see you next Monday.